So there. Okay, I did. Okay.
Okay, welcome to the Hancock Chamber presentation on Normandy and the Champagne region. This is our third trip with Aventura Travel. I'm Tish Williams, and with me is Teresa Harden, who represents Aventura Travel. And Teresa, you have just been a great virtual tour guide for us. We had a wonderful trip to Greece and then a great trip to Egypt, the best tour guide ever.
Oh, I know.
And so now we're looking forward to hearing about Normandy and the Champagne region and how much fun we're going to have there. So
Yeah,
take it
I,
away.
I think you will enjoy this every bit as much. Can everybody see the screen and can you see it move?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, so welcome everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this trip as much as I know I have, and I think you will find it again. Has all sorts of different things to offer you and lots of memories. Remember that we are traveling back in time, and that in 1944, this was when D-Day happened that year. And so this is, I believe, the 80th year for D-Day. And so you're going to find that by going this time, you'll probably find there's some extra things that we don't even have and know about yet because they're still planning them. But it should make it an exceptionally great year. A little bit about Aventura World, just so we can remind you, and in case anybody hasn't traveled with us, we've been traveling all over the world since 1972, so that's about 52 years now. We are a member of the Sakara International Group. That is our parent company, and that parent company has offices. We have offices in New York, New Jersey area, and then we have them in Paris and Rome and London and Dubai and Cairo and Delhi. So we have a lot of offices, and in Rome as well. So a lot of offices all over the world, and we have amazing trips. After this one, I hope you'll do another one with us because there are always some great new ones coming up as well. So I'm going to go to the next slide, and we're going to see some of the things, and I'll start going over some of the things that you'll be able to see on this trip. So the architecture obviously is magnificent in France, and some of it very, very old, and of course some of it newer as well, with Notre Dame being really built, and it's supposed to be open this year. That might be in one of the areas that you want to go to see. You're going to see D-Day, breathtaking scenery. Here is Omaha Beach, and you're going to see some of that, and I'll go into a little more with you about that. You're going to also see medieval towns. This old clock is from the 13th century that you can see. Mont Saint Michel. Now this has a lot of steps, and the tide goes in and out, and they have actually got the parking lot. It now is outside of the area, so you will find that you walk a fair bit to this. So that's something you want to remember with this particular optional trip that you'll have. Of course, cheese and wine are traditions, and champagne in this area. So you'll get to sample these different things and bring some home if you would like to, buy a box or buy a bottle, UPS, DHL, they'll all ship it home for you as fast as you would like it. Obviously, you'll be traveling with friends. Many of you have gone together already more than once. And on day one, you'll depart, and it'll be from that you folks leave from New Orleans, and it will be an overnight flight. So you will get on the plane, you will have dinner and snacks, and hopefully you will get to sleep a little bit as well. When you get into Paris, that will be day two. So you'll arrive in Paris, and you will meet your folks, the customs. You'll pick up your luggage first of all, then you'll go through customs, and then right outside the door of customs at the exit, you'll meet your Aventura World guide. And that guide will stay with you the entire trip and take good care of you, and they are excellent guides as well. So when you do arrive, and once you've done that, you will then find that you will get onto your bus. And they're similar to the buses that you've had in Greece and similar to the buses that you've had in Egypt. They're very comfortable. They're air conditioned and have heat in case one or the other is needed. And they usually seat 45, 46 people, and you will be able to relax and enjoy yourselves and move around in the bus as well. So this trip includes hotel accommodation for 7 nights. It includes 10 meals, and that's 7 breakfasts and 10 and 3 dinners as well. So actually 10 breakfasts and 3 dinners. So it includes all of those. And on your day-to-day, I'm not sure if you have those brochures yet, but you will have them, and it will tell you what days you have, of course, the breakfast every day, and then the dinners, what days they give them to you as well. So on that first day, you're actually going to go to Cannes, and you're going to have a city tour right there on that very first day. And you'll be staying at a hotel there for the first 4 nights of your trip. So on this trip, again, you'll have 2 hotels, but again, it will be beautiful, maybe 3 even, depending. So some of the things that you will see are in Cannes are the War Memorial. St. Stephen, as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful, huge church. Some of the buildings that King Louis built and are honoring him. Again, very different architecture. And on the next day, which will be day 3, you're going to actually be in Normandy, and you're going to have an opportunity to see the beaches, to learn more about, you'll have your actual own tour guide for that specific time. They only talk about and take you through the areas of the beaches. And then you'll also be in the Bayou area, looking at the different things, seeing the tapestry. But this is usually the hotel you're in. It's a beautiful hotel. The swimming pool is year-round, so if you want to take a bathing suit, you can. And it is an old, again, refurbished building, beautifully done. Has all the amenities you could possibly want, restaurants, and of course, it's close to everything. This gives you a little bit of an idea. It's a 17th century mansion, and it's been converted into a beautiful hotel, close to a lot of different things. And it has satellite TV and safety deposit boxes and mini fridges and flat screen TVs and Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. So all the things that we would expect on our type of trip. And this is part of your day 3 as well, your Normandy tour. And it is done with someone specifically who knows the history of Normandy and D-Day and is able to show you the different things that are involved in the area. And Arromanches also is part of the D-Day tour. And also here are the different pieces of remains that are left from that assault. And of course, you go to the beach where the Canadians and the Americans landed as well. And the pillbox fortifications, you'll learn about them. And if you haven't read, I'm sure some of you already have looked up some of these things and read about the history of them. But again, your tour director, who will specialize in all of this history, will give you that information. And on Omaha Beach, there is a memorial museum. And should you want to go back to some of these things, so while you're in that location, if you talk to your tour director and ask them to give you more information, you can do that, and they can maybe help you get tickets to something if you want to see it, because you should have some leisure time where you could go back to something that you wanted to see again. Different sculpture, again, representing D-Day. The American Cemetery, there are many folks who did pass away from this particular war. And so again, it's very moving. It's really special. You can't explain it. It's just very special. So on day 4, we're going to go, we'll be in Bayou as well, but we're also going to, and you'll see the tapestry, William's tapestry. It depicts the whole escapade of him coming and conquering parts of this area. And you'll also have an optional tour to Mont Saint Michel. And this is as you can see, the tide goes way out. They have put the parking lot in a different location now from where it looks like it is right here on the side, but you will find that this has a lot of steps. So that is something to be aware of. And of course, the fields are absolutely beautiful in that area. This is a little village. It's known for its copper pots, and it's been known for centuries. And again, this is a great place to take some photos. Again, a lot of history, all sorts of things like that. Great meals. You will have, again, every day a breakfast. And here's the tour also. This is a very small village also. You'll see the tapestry that is world famous. And you will see a lot of the other things that it's famous for. And here's the tapestry for 1066 and the Battle of Hastings with William the Conqueror. You will have dinner here on this day in this area. And you will also visit the Calvados Christian Druid Distillery, which is a cider distillery. Again, very, very old. It's family run. It's just been handed down family to family to family for centuries. And you'll finish off here in this area, and then you'll go on to Rouen and to Reims. And this clock here, as I said, is 13th century, still working. Hard to believe, but it is. And beautiful cities. You'll have walking tours through here. You'll be able to shop. You'll be able to have some leisure time, maybe stop for French dessert, which are so good, those types of things. And the Napoleon statue, you'll be obviously seeing that as well. And then we go on the next day. And actually, part of day 6 is Reims, and you go to Reims. And this is, of course, with Roman remains, a lot of Art Deco cafes, that type of thing. It is most important center of the Champagne production region as well. And it has all sorts of things that you can explore, a lot of places you can explore, a lot of shops you can explore. When you arrive there, then on day 7, the next day, we'll actually check you in on day 6 at the Hotel Continental. And this is a really, really old hotel. Again, has been refurbished and everything else. Beautiful. Right in the center of everything. And here's a little bit more that you can see about it. It's the 19th century. It was a mansion again, and it's in the heart of Reims as well. It has Wi-Fi, a lounge bar, restaurant, business center, hair dryers, of course, are always there, full screen TVs, satellite channels, coffee, Nespresso coffee maker, tea, coffee capsules, all sorts of things to make you feel very comfortable and at home. And so then once you're settled in at that hotel, you're going to the next day have a city tour of the Reims area, as well as Epernay and the Champagne tour. And unfortunately, you're going to find these days go so fast, you're probably going to want to stay a little bit longer if you can. And that's something you can do. If you decided you'd like to stay an extra day or two, let us know when you make your reservation, and we can help you stay. Of course, the hotel or anything extra on any extra days would cost you, but the trip back on the flight probably will not. It will probably be included in your basic package that you're already going to see, because we'll make it work so that you come back on the same sort of time zone and same type of economy or whatever it is that you are traveling. So sometimes it works out where you can spend a little bit more money for a couple more days and really enjoy a little bit longer trip without it costing you, again, a different airfare. And again, here are some of the different castles and the churches that you're going to see, the gardens, also beautiful gardens in France. They are absolutely gorgeous. And the main center, this is actually the main street of the Champagne region. And here's the square. And this is also, you're going to have a tour of Epernay and the Champagne area. Lots of grapes, obviously. Here's Epernay, its main street. And all of these locations are champagne houses, all sorts of different ones. And some very exclusive shopping if you would like to do some of that. This is Dom Perignon, and of course, it's probably the best known champagne, and it might be the most expensive champagne house. And you will have a tour, and you will be able to sample some of the champagne. And as you can see, it has been there since 1638 in the same location. And here's a little bit of what it looks like inside. Again, you'll be able to sit and enjoy. And you will have a tour also of the actual facilities. And the end result, obviously, overlooking beautiful land, having a nice glass of champagne to enjoy it as well. On day 8, there's an optional tour. So you can go to the Palace of Tau, or you can stay and just hang around Reims and be at leisure there, either way. And then on day 9, you would, if you wish, return back to the United States, or you can go on to Paris and to another portion of the trip. So some of the things you'll be remembering, obviously, are the French bread, which we all know about, and obviously cheeses. So, you know, you might on your leisure time just get some bread and some cheese and a bottle of champagne or a wine that you particularly like and take it back to your hotel room or take it out and just have a nice picnic. And of course, the history that you will be involved with D-Day, the beach. The land itself is beautiful. Cheese of every kind that you can imagine. And they'll ship anything home that you would like to ship home. So your trip includes the round trip air and transportation from New Orleans. It's first class accommodations for 7 nights. You will have 10 meals consisting of continental breakfasts and dinners as well. Your first night that you arrive, there's a welcome dinner. Usually there's a farewell dinner at the end of it and then a dinner somewhere in between. You will find that you will probably spend time somewhere on your day trips that you'll have a chance to go for a lunch, and your tour director will explain to you, you know, what are the great restaurants to eat at. They'll give you plenty of time to go have lunch, go shopping as well, that type of thing. And then your sightseeing includes your local guide and all the entrance fees for the different locations that you're going to see. So a guided tour of Cannes and a full day tour of Bayeux and the Tapestry and the cider distillery. You have a full day excursion to the Normandy beaches, to the U.S. landing sites and Omaha Beach and Museum. And then a Reims city tour, plus a tour of Epernay and the Champagne region, including tasting. And then, of course, we have optional tours as well. And our Discovery series, we always want you to learn something and that you can remember it from later time. And that's why we try to take you on some of these additional villages and the champagne tasting and the cheese and wine tastings and things like that. And so you will have a professional tour director with you for the entire program. The motor coaches are very comfortable, they're air conditioned, and it includes your baggage handling as well. And your price is the $4,299 per person, double occupancy. And the fuel charges and other fees are included on this price. Your optional trip and your extension would be more. And of course, you want to put a deposit down as quickly as possible. So May 8th is your early bird date. After that, the trip does go up by $100. But I'm sure you'll probably get them all in there, Tish, before that anyway. So, and let me show you a little bit on the extension. So you will go to Paris. And the optional extension will be October 12th through the 14th. You'll have first class hotel accommodations for 2 nights in Paris. You'll have 2 meals, and that they will be the full breakfast. So lunch and dinner, you would be on your own. Then the sightseeing will include your local guide to the city tour of the ancient Paris and the entrance to the Eiffel Tower. And then there are optional tours available, which again, your tour directors will be able to help you with if there's something you want to do. And again, the coaches and the baggage handling and the tour manager are all with you the entire time. So here's a little bit of what you would see in Paris. And of course, Notre Dame will be the new Notre Dame. Champs-Élysées, the Eiffel Tower. Again, just the beauty of the city, looking through from your room, your hotel rooms. The Moulin Rouge, which is famous and is in the Red District. It's absolutely beautiful. I actually owned a restaurant in Toronto, Canada, and it was called the Moulin Rouge, and it is an exact replica in size and everything to the Moulin Rouge in Paris, and it really is. They're exactly the same. And then you have a half-day tour to the Palace of Versailles, and this is absolutely amazing palace. It is beautiful. And the gardens, of course, are very beautiful and managed very well. You can see the entranceway, the carvings. Inside the palace, absolutely magnificent rooms. And they are so old, they are ancient. Some of them are in use still this day. And then you will be on your way back home to the United States with some awesome memories. So right now, you do not require anything more than a passport. Visas next year will probably be a requirement. The European nations are working together on having a visa for the European countries, but it will not take effect until next year at the earliest. Most of you probably know how to sign up. You can sign up with the paper registration by email with it. You have your code down here at the bottom, you'll see. You can do it online also, whichever is easiest. If you think you might like to stay a couple of extra days in France, in this area, or if you want to go any other area, you still have to return by flight. You'll have to return back through Paris. So that's the one thing to remember. But you could go on a little bit longer trip on your own if you wish. You would pay for your own individual hotel meals and any entertainment and things. But we would be able to reserve your airline ticket to come back if you tell us what day it is and everything else. So if you want to do something like that, put it in the notes section of this. So there is an area where special requests, and we'll get to you a price if there would be a difference in price or anything. We'll get to you with that information so you can make a decision. Also, if you have friends or family that don't live in your immediate area and so might be coming from Seattle or somewhere in California or somewhere in Florida or New England or something, they can go with you as well. But we need them to put on that special area right here again, the special request that they'd like to depart and return from whatever town it is they live in. And we will get back with them. Usually there's a $150 deviation fee, but that normally is all that is charged extra. And so we would tell them, get back to them, make sure they know that. And if they say, okay, then we'll make sure it happens for them. So here are your prices. And you simply fill each out. Yes, you want to go, or no, you don't. And here are the prices if you choose to go. If you want to go on the extension to Paris, then the same thing, yes or no. And it helps us if you mark one or the other, then we know you've looked at it. And there are the additional costs there. You calculate whatever is in this row, calculate what's ever in this row, put it all together down here, and have your total. If you decide that after the May date, oh my gosh, we didn't sign up yet, or you have some friends that want to sign up, then the price does go up by $100. But otherwise, you just do the same things and it will be there. We highly suggest that you purchase travel insurance for a number of reasons. Should, for some reason, someone hopefully, but it happens sometimes in your family, not be able to go, or you have an illness in your family, if you have travel protection, you're much more likely to get the majority of your money back. If you yourself sprain your ankle when you're walking on a step and have to see one of the doctors and have a wrap put around it, a bandage, something like that, that will cover it. Insurance covers it. If your airline cancels the flight, it covers it. If you lose your luggage, or they lose your luggage, the airlines lose it. Again, it covers that, and it covers the expenses of replacing the items you need to be able to have this trip. So all those types of things make it worthwhile. The thing you have to think about is when you buy car insurance, you don't want to buy it, but you know you need it because you might have an accident and it might not have anything to do with you other than you were in the wrong place. Same thing for this. It could be the same thing. So we highly suggest you buy insurance. And there's two types of insurance. There is a basic insurance, which covers things basically, and you can cancel out if someone in your family gets ill or someone dies. That really tends to be the only thing. And that is the basic insurance. And that is the first policy number, the lower one. The cancel for any reason is the one that literally is cancel for any reason. And it is a little bit more, but it gives you many more options. Your deposit is $800 for the trip, plus whatever trips you decide you want to do. So you would have to add those to it. You can make a payment. You can pay with credit card, check, whatever works best for you. And then you can, if you do a check, you can just send it to us and mail it with your registration form. If you do it with a credit card, you can do it online. It's easier to do it online, and you can pay with the credit card right there. If you do it with a paper registration form, once we get the registration form, which Tish can simply take a copy of it and email it to us, then we will send you a link so you can pay online as well. So this is about the insurance, the cancellation insurance, okay? And so your basic insurance covers due to sickness or death of you or immediate family. It also covers medical on the trip, trip interruption, travel delay, misconnections, emergency, but you have to have due to sickness or death of your immediate family. The cancel for any reason covers literally cancel for any reason, okay? And down here, there is a website you can go to for more information. To sell insurance, you have to have a license, and obviously that's not what we're doing. We sell our trips. So if you wish, it's www.aventuraworld.com/files/travel-protection-PDF. And that will give you the difference in the different policies. So here is the trip again information. And I know, Trish, we're printing out brochures for you. Who has questions? This is online. Now, if you decided to book online, it looks like this. And they will ask you for your login to create a login if you don't already have one with us. If you went to Egypt or you did Greece with us, then you will probably have one. But if not, then just put it in and put in a password. And that's all you need if you've been using us. Sorry, if you're a new person, first time doing it online, then you fill out your first and last name, log in email, and create a password. And then they will go on and they will ask you for your code, for your booking code. And your booking code is on the email brochures. It is the WXPYZA. So you do not put in any of these numbers or things that you see here. You would take it off the email that you have received from Tish or the brochure if you have it. And who has questions? Anybody got questions?
Well, I think you did a great job covering it. I'm sure, Barbie, you may have a question.
Mike does. Well, we were wondering what the price would be if we did our own travel arrangements. Airfare. We did our own airfare.
Yeah, you can do that. It will be $800 per person less. Okay, but you must remember that you must get yourself to the hotel. Okay, so we will not be picking you up at the airport. So unless your flight comes in at about the same time the group's flight comes in, okay? So you would have to get yourselves to the airport. And the same thing if you were returning when you're going back to the US, unless the group is going about the same time you are so that your flights are coordinating, then you could ride the bus. Otherwise, you would probably have to get your own transportation back to the airport. Those are the two things to remember. Okay,
we're going to
$100 per person less. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be in Paris the first night, and where are we the first day and the last day?
You'll be going to con. You should get a brochure. I think, Tish, you can email a brochure, can't you, to them?
I've already sent it out. They may not have gotten it because it's on the email from the chamber.
Okay, so each day is given where you'll be. So that's okay. So it'll be easier than for me saying to you, and then it'll be so much easier. Just get the brochure and you'll be fine with it. You'll see it. Okay.
Oh, we need to stay and everything. Okay, perfect.
What else? Yeah. Anybody else got questions?
Anita, do you have anything?
Not right now, thank you.
All right. Well, if no other questions, I just want to once again thank Teresa for zooming in with us today and giving us a great overview of what will be definitely a trip you do not want to miss. And we are really excited to be able to offer this to not just members of the chamber, but members of the chamber, their family, their friends, anyone who would like to join us is welcome. All are welcome here. This is what we like to say here in the Bay.
And think about it. If you were to do exactly the same trip with a travel agent, you will find you will spend about another $3,000 per person. Plus, you wouldn't be able to get into some of the places that we can get you into the way we can get you in. You might be in a long lineup or something. So we do this all the time, and we're a big company, but we have amazing trips. So
you do, and everybody has always said that the price and the value for the price is outstanding.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So if you have more questions later on, you can send them to Trish, and I will be happy to answer them. Just send them to me, Trish, and I'll get answers for you and in a timely manner so that everybody gets taken care of properly. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Tim.
See you in France.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.